What's up, fellow engineers? Dr. McKay here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing our SpaceX Falcon 9 Block 5 build, and this time we are going to be doing a fairing piece so we can have different types of cargo, components and other things that we can transport to space without actually having a crew module. And I want to try and do this all remote controlled. So with the last two videos where I narrated over after I filmed it, this one's a bit different. I'm gonna kind of narrate what I'm doing as I'm building it. So obviously if the dialogue seems like it's cut odd, yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work yet, yeah, just bear with it. Obviously I'll try and make it go, but I don't want it to be 3 hours of me just chatting about stuff. I want it to be like the main bits I talk about, how I'm doing it, what's happening, stuff like that, so you all can be understanding and whatnot. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn down the game music so it can be best, so we can best hear myself. Yeah, I'll do. Alright, so now the sound is down, we can crack on. So obviously with the full stack over here, I have a Crew Dragon on top where you sit in and then you pilot it from inside. Now obviously SpaceX is famous for remote controlled or automated rocket launches, basically all done from the ground. So what I'm going to try and do is, obviously has to be a ground station there. Obviously this is the Falcon 9, obviously up to the second stage. I've whipped off the Crew Dragon, as you can see, and now I want to basically put a payload fairing, you know, two halves of a fairing with enough space inside to have, I don't know, say a satellite or something else, right? And then we can literally like set up a rig in the high bay, and we can then place whatever we want, whatever we build, like, and slot it down onto a merge block inside of the payload bay. So to build the payload bay, I'm thinking we kind of want it to open up, maybe kind of like say Pac-Man or something like that. So I'm thinking we start off with pistons on each, or on two sides, and then with a hinge. So as the pistons push open the payload, the hinges can then open it wide, so we got great clearance. And then with that you can then either detach the piston's head or the rotors, not rotors, the hinge's head, to detach the payload when you're in space, the fairing when you're in space. So before we get started, if you like the videos I do, you know, please hit that like button. Let's say try and make 10 likes, you know, and also comment your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't. You know, every subscription helps me out, and obviously I want to try and get to that 500 number so I can give away Star Wars Squadrons to one lucky subscriber. Yeah, and obviously the more subscribers, you know, the more I can do on this in relation to like wanting to bring more content out all the time. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and help me out. So with that said, let's get straight into it. So as I was saying, I'm thinking about doing a piston. No, that way. On the middle of the merge block, and then find me hinges, one there. Now obviously this won't be symmetry because of it being a separate grid on top of the piston, so I have to do one side at a time. But obviously when I do one side, then I'll just edit it so both sides are done, so you don't have to watch me build both sides. But then you get the gist of when I do the one side. So that's essentially what I'm going for. So what I'm going to do now, like I always say, name what you've done, and just turn that off. Yeah, name what you've done, and I'll add a switch as well so I can sort it out. So let's just quickly name what we've done here. So those two hinges are the ones on the thingy. So if I group them up, let's say fairing. Alright. Now you could name them individually, so what I'm gonna just do, I'm just gonna type in fairing. So now obviously we named our fairings. Let's sort out pistons. So these pistons are the only pistons I have on the entire ship. So they should be relatively easy to find. So we just type in fairing pistons. They're only used for one thing, that's to open up the fairing for position of your payload. So now we've got our pistons in, we want to basically find where they are up the top here. No. Alright. And we just want to reverse them out. Seems quite alright there. Alright. Set this button up. So what I need to do now, I need to sort out the fairings angles on both of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put... Oh, it's not the one I want to do. Let's go 3. Right. I want to go the other way, don't I? So I want it to open up like Pac-Man, not go inside. So the lower limit needs to come to 0, and the upper limit needs to go to like 20 degrees. See, I make it up as I go along. It's basically like that. So press it. There you go. Should both do it at the same time. So that's cool. Right, and obviously later on in say the tool menu, the quick menu, when you're flying it, you want to basically have a button to detach either the rotor heads, not rotors, I keep saying rotors, but they're not, they're hinges. The hinges heads or the pistons heads to detach the fairings like you would see on a real SpaceX rocket. So now we've done that, we need to build our like fairing cover. So obviously might not talk as much during this stage, but I'll do my best to keep it going. Obviously if I don't talk as much, then I'll just speed up the footage. Oh, is it gonna clang on me? Maybe I should do something with thingy on the find the pistons. So the pistons are there, and I want to share inertia tension. Now that should make it so it doesn't bounce. Say don't bounce. I haven't had clang on it yet, so hopefully he doesn't visit me yet. Set up some symmetry mode here. Right, that should now be working okay. That's what I want. Alright. So let's do the basic shape of it at the bottom, and we'll work out what we're doing at the top. Right, so that's basically the shape of the fairing, and obviously that is the place where they meet. So what I might do is stick a blast door block there, which is this one, and have it like so. So when the next side meets, it doesn't connect to it, and then you can open it up. So to see what it looks like as it is now when we open it up. So I believe it's that one there. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's what we kind of want. But obviously when we do it, it'll be like that and like that. Okay. So now the bit that I always get, well, I wouldn't say stuck on, but can be a pain in the rear to get right, because obviously with using like the square blocks and this angle block, you kind of get a pyramid, like a four-sided pyramid. Well, I say four-sided, but yeah, it's four sides of this. Now, when you're using like that shape plus these ones, both the different types of single block, you can't quite make the shape you want. I haven't quite figured out how to do it properly, unless obviously I'm doing it wrong, and if you know how to get it to work right, please let me know, because it's driving me crazy because I can't put a dome on it without knowing how to do it, unless I need to do these angle ones and then work into that one. But what we could do, we could have a little look in a sec, and we could test it out. Alright. So that's essentially one half of the fairing, and now I need to curve the top. Now this is the thing I struggle with. How do I do that? So maybe I start with doing it with these and see how I get on. So this is just the problem I get. Like, I can't seem to match it up to make a dome. Yeah. I might have to do what I did over here and just do a pyramid. Yeah, works the same, it's not what I want though. Started here and get to the middle. We can determine how high we need to go. And this one should be the last one. No, should be the last one. And now we go from this side, and I believe it is this one, because that's the middle. The same way. Well, there you go. That's one. Well, that's that top of the fairing done on that half. And now basically on the inside you need to fill out the blocks, and well, basically you could do it by the simplest way ever, just square blocks. There you go. And now you can, if you really wanted to make it look nice, just yeah, but this adds weight and uses PCU if you don't really want to do it, but it looks a bit better than it being blocky. So there you go, 1/2 fairing done. Obviously the top's half a pyramid, but I don't know how to get it not to be. So yeah, if you know how to merge both the I call it the first type and second type because I don't really have names, but like if you know how to mix this type, which is like the one everyone uses, to the second type of blocks to make it like a dome, please let me know how to do that in the comments, because just save my soul, that would, because I'm building a starship as well and I'm faced with this exact problem. I either do a dome, not dome, I do a pyramid on top of the starship, or it'd be a bunch of weird things that I've kind of done. We'll do a separate video on that later. So now we have to do the same on this side. So what we do is I'll start it, but then skip to when I finished. So I think we have it then, folks. The fairing is sorted. Now, close it up. Alright. So look. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's about, I think it's slightly smaller than the Crew Dragon. Now, obviously in real life, the fairing on a Falcon 9 is a lot taller than the Crew Dragon, but yeah, we're working with space engineers, so we're just kind of going as we're going. Now, it doesn't look clangy at all. It looks pretty solid. Kind of want to now test it, see if it flies, but before we do that, we need to put all the instrumentation inside. So let's open up the fairing. And there you go, that's the fairing open, so we can have a payload inside. So now we have it like that. Let's work on the inside. Now, my idea for the inside is to have basically another merge block on top of this one that you connect whatever payload you want inside. So I want to try and build the ISS, the International Space Station, and I want to try and do it by launching a few modules that I make on the ground, and then putting them into the rocket, then launching them into space, and then kind of putting it together like you would they did in real life. Well, you obviously using the Falcon 9 as its delivery method instead of the shuttle or the Soyuz. So to do it, I reckon we need to have a look at what space we have to work with. So it's not a bad area for space. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a floor on top of the merge block to cover it all over. Now to do that, I think what I'll do is this. Alright, I think that is it. Oh, that's a nice snug floor. Now see how it works with this. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's have a look again. Yeah, that's just nice. I like that. So there we have our floor. Now that is literally just basically it. That is the base. Nothing else is going to happen in relation to what's in here. We just need to get rid of these buttons and then put a merge block down. So okay, right. Get rid of symmetry mode for a minute. Alright. That is where our payload is going to go. So I want to quickly name this merge block, which might be difficult. I'm guessing it'll be that one. So we need to name it. Let's put inside bay. So we know it's the one that's inside. Inside bay. Alright. So now that's there. We can then... Now I'm trying to think. So we need to have for remote control cameras, remote control block, and antenna. So... Ah, nuts. How do I get out? Right, okay. I still need to put buttons down so I can get out. So I'm thinking we just have a button. Could have a button on the side here. Can't wait. And have it as the pistons, because that's probably the easiest one to do. That looks pretty sweet. No, now you could, in theory, alright, the way I've done it, you could obviously whip off the top of the fairing. Now you've seen how I've built it. Yeah, you can whip off the top of the fairing, like the triangle piece, or the not triangle, the pyramid piece that goes up, and then extend it up however high you want for whatever you're building. Yeah, I might do that in the end because some of the things I want to launch may be too long. But essentially now, if you wanted to, you could build whatever you want to launch into space on this merge block. So you don't actually have to build it separate and lower it in. You can literally just build it in situ. Now that's a good idea, which I may do for the first launch, and then maybe tweak around with the high bay, because as you can see the high bay is still not that great. And obviously after the last video with dropping the second stage in, I've got a few ideas I could do. But for now, let's just concentrate on remote piloting this into space and then seeing what we can do. Now, Now what do we need? We need an antenna. Now I think the best bet here is to place all the stuff that we need to control it under this section here. So we need an antenna, we need a remote control block. Now I'm not 100% sure that you need these remote control blocks to remote access, or should I say remote pilot craft, but I just recommend having one in case you do need it for remote access, because that's what it is, called a remote control block. Yeah, it says remote controls allows ships to be controlled from a distance when combined with an antenna, or command ships to fly automatically to waypoints. So I'm guessing it would need it to be able to thingy, for you to be able to take control. So what I want to do, I'll find the antenna, what's up right at the top. So let's just name this one remote control remote control second stage. It's on the second stage in it, so it's not actually on the ferret itself. So second. Okie dokie. So I think I'm ready for a test flight. What do you guys reckon? Let's go for a test flight, yeah? So what I might do is I might quickly build a small satellite that I can place up in space at 0G, just outside 0G range. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, everything's all mapped. Well, I haven't mapped out on the control stage yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it up, blueprint it, and then I need to put a camera on. So I'm going to all by camera. To get it up into orbit. And then what I'll do is I may teleport to the satellite once it's in a stationary position outside the gravity of the planet, and then deploy those solar panels so we can all see it open up a light inside. So let's get down to our control station here. And remote access. Here we go then. So I would manually pilot it up to showcase it all, but the whole point of this is to be remote controlled. So let's see if it works. I'm hoping it does, because I'm eager to do it. So what we can do, we can watch it go up and then switch to camera views as it gets up a bit. But I also need to quickly redo the grip fins as well. It's not enough what's the word for? It's not enough spaces for stuff here. The grip fins are going in. Everything is all A-okay. So here we go. Main engine sequence start, as they say in real life. Alright. 3, 2, 1. It's a beast. I put a control panel on here, didn't I? Yeah, there is. Hey. Alright, hang on. I have to call for some in-flight stuff, shenanigans, as I say. Alright. Oh, coming up to 0G now. And what I'll do is I flip it around in a minute and then deploy the satellites, or not satellites, deploy the solar arrays, and then this will be the first satellite, not exactly a smooth ride, but it'll be the first satellite I've launched, and this should help with connecting signals, because if it's 50,000 meter signal, I'm pretty sure it relays from one antenna to another, so you can boost the range to like 100,000 meters. If that's the case, that'd be pretty cool, because that's what it would work like in real life. So I'm hoping. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, that's nice. That was pretty sweet. Should we watch that again? Oh yeah, yeah. That's nice. Yeah, that is exactly how I wanted it. Oh yeah, okay, right. That's nice. Yeah, right. So that's our first satellite. It's at 0 station, and oh my days, I need a. Where's my gyros? It's within 8,000, like, differential between 50,000. So hopefully, you know, we should be able to control our ships now remotely even further than the 50,000 mark, because it would just transfer the signal. So yeah, well, if you liked this video of me just building and messing around with it, obviously please hit that like button. Don't forget to comment and subscribe with your thoughts. Yeah, I've enjoyed building it and obviously narrating as I'm building. So yeah, if you like this type of concept, please let me know if you want to see more of these builds. I'm thinking about building the ISS, and obviously if I do, I'd love to like build the sections. So I want to try and do it like real life. So obviously I'd get say pictures of the internet and see what sections go where. Yeah, then maybe I'll launch them on the Falcon 9 or just pop them into orbit. I don't know yet. Yeah, maybe you can tell me in the comments how you would like to see it. Yeah, with all that said though, I'm Dr. McKay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.